neighbors over here keeping us in mind. It's 8:30. If you would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now I'll call this regular Board of County Commissioners meeting for June 13th, 2023 to order at 8:30 a.m. And I would move to approve the agenda as presented today.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And I would move to approve the consent agenda as presented of items A through M.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have a public discussion. If we have anybody who has public comment, we'll ask you to come up to the microphones and state your name. We will not be able to hear you in the audience if you don't come up to the table. Morning, Harold.
Get down here, huh?
Yep.
Okay, my name is Harold Rollins. I live at 2335 Baker Drive. I got a real problem with you taking care of your cemetery. I went up there on Friday before Memorial Day. Grass is up like this here in between the headstones, not being taken care of. And I learned years ago, you want to know anything about somewhere you want to move, you don't go to the Chamber of Commerce because it's rosy. You look at your cemetery, drive around town, just drive around Craig here now, all the boarded up places. Well, I made some comments to Donald. And that was on Thursday. Friday, man, was they cleaning the cemetery. It was getting done. These are the things we need to take care of. And I'm against the fence you're putting up there. You can't, if they put all them black things in there, you can't see in it. You need to put something up like a cement barrier and a car hits it. They done some damage. And I see you're tearing out more fence. I don't know what you're gonna put in there. You're gonna do something. But these are some of the things you want to think of that needs to be taken care of. And there's people that are handicapped when this grass gets growed up and out there, that's not a very good idea to be trying to get around. And another thing, I don't think the county should be funding these events we have. They could be self-funding. We're short of money anyway, we can't do certain things. So I'm all in favor of quitting that. They can find their own funding. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any public comment?
Just briefly, Commissioners. Tom Kleinschnitz, Moffett County Tourism. Just want to report that we're doing really well with the grant that we put together this year for a lot of print pieces. So The big one that we did for the county that was reviewed by you guys, which was a success, and that's out in the world. The Black Mountain one that we've done in the past, Browns Park, was rejuvenated and reprinted. And then the Town of Dinosaur brochure is gotten a lot of great reviews from the town themselves, the citizens out there and people there. So those are all complete and done. The one that we're finishing up on right now is the community of Maybell. And that review and draft is right in front of us. So as we complete that, we'll be winding up that grant pretty significantly. But just wanted to say that's done. We're coming to the finish line with the major print pieces. We do have one more piece after that, the river access brochure that we're working with Mr. Lowe and getting that reprinted. But these are, I think, go together nicely. They're branded well, and they'll tie together for our brochure requests. The concept that I think I'd like to introduce this morning is the possibility in this wonderful building that you guys have put together, that possibly these pieces that are put together by the Moffat County might be presented out front for the public. I think our mission is certainly to reach outside the area, but I think these pieces, I think the citizens would like to see, and even the county map might be nice to be handy, and maybe our department be responsible for stocking them properly and having them available to the public. So I think that would be something we'd work with you in the future, but I think once we get these all together, which would be about 3 weeks from now, we can get together and talk about that. But I think these are going to serve our community well, and that all the agencies and all the people, including yourselves, have looked at these pretty hard to make sure they're within the confines of what you'd like to present. So I'm proud of them. I think you guys will be too when they're all in a nice set. So that's what I have today.
Thank you. Anyone else have any public comment? Good morning.
Jim Howell, just a citizen here in Craig, and I'm just seconding Harold's comment concerning funding for some of these events that are taking place. And I agree too. The cemetery is one of the first places to take a look at and keep up for our vets. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? Hearing no more public comment, we'll move on. I will say in general discussion that we don't have any events that Moffat County funds. So we did make a policy that all of the events that utilize our facilities will pay a fee for that. So they do rent our facilities to host their events, but Moffat County doesn't have any events that they fund directly. So just share that. And then next on our agenda is a public hearing at 9. So we'll go ahead and move to staff reports in the interim. Bruce, are you able to present? That's our section though. That's our section. But you're under on my agenda.
I don't have one, so I'll do a bid. Yeah, okay. Bid recommendation. So we went out for bid on the GCL, which is the lining for the pits at the landfill, the clay linings. We got 3 bids back for $67,465.50, $68,443.35, and $116,775.25. I looked through them best as I can, and the Triton Environmental for $67,465.50 is low bid. They also included 82 bags of bentonite to seal this stuff up. Everybody else's bentonite was an additional cost. So we're going to recommend that we just go with the Triton Environmental low bid and leave it at that. And then we also, did you guys get the letter Dan wrote? A copy of it, or do you need a copy?
You need a copy?
Okay.
Thank you.
Tony, I'll read it.
Hold it up to the screen so I can see it, Bruce. Just joking, just joking.
Can you reach that camera?
Every year, the landfill is required by the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment to dispose of a portion of the tires we receive at the landfill. In years past, we had contractors come in and haul the tires off to recycling centers on the eastern slope. Last year, the BOCC allowed us to waive the bid process and hire Overton Recycling out of Meeker to haul our tires to the facility and shred them. Overton placed a roll-off dumpster at the landfills so that the customers could place their tires directly into the dumpster, eliminating much of the need for landfill personnel to handle the tires. Overton would then backhaul the shreds, which we used for alternative daily cover at the landfill as approved by the CDPHE. Overton hauled off 41.18 tons of tires last year. The process worked well last year, so we are asking the BOCC to waive the bid process again this year and allow us to hire Overton to shred our tires. It benefits the landfill by turning the waste tires into a useful product to use as an alternative daily cover. It also benefits a local hauler of the tires and our neighbors to the south in Rio Blanco County. Thank you, Dan Miller. So this system's working pretty good for us. We just haul the tires down there, he shreds them, brings them back up here, and we use them for daily cover, gets rid of the tires. They don't just keep building up somewhere. So Dan would like to redo that if we can do it.
I think because that's not on our agenda, we would have to do that in a separate meeting. Is that correct?
Okay.
The only agenda item I have for you is the bid recommendation for GCL.
Okay, somewhere we got our wires crossed. I thought that was on there last week too, so.
We can manage it.
Okay.
Do you have any other items come up for a special meeting? How soon do you need to know?
I don't know exactly when that
Not-
contract's up, but
Yeah, I think we probably have time on the end of that contract.
Okay. Yeah.
So we can hold on to that, and if something else comes up for a special meeting, or if we have time to just put it on our next meeting.
Okay.
You let me know what the
all right.
contract.
And it may even be on the next one, and I was thinking I had got it bumped up. So, okay. That's possible.
If there's time to do it at the next meeting, we'll just make sure it's on that agenda. And if it needs to be
All right.
sooner, just let us know. We'll figure something out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I got.
And I'll entertain a motion on the bid recommendation.
Second,
Got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. And we still have a little bit of time. Roy? Thanks, Dan. Or Bruce. Dan and Bruce. Morning.
Morning. So I have a couple of pay applications to run through with you for, both of these are to BHI. This is for the courthouse project. First one is pay app number 19 in the amount of $733,051.23. As you know, we're still at 98%. We're working on change orders that we approved last year, landscaping, and you can see what's going on outside.
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
What was that amount for?
$733.51.23. There's two pay apps. These also have not, we are still reviewing. I just got them in last week. So if, as we've done before, if something needs to be reduced, we will.
So it's an up to amount.
Yep.
I didn't look at this till last minute and I don't even see that number.
I can. Mr. Chair or Mrs. Chair. I would make a motion to approve pay app number 19 in the amount of $733,051.23.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next one, BHI is requesting partial payment on retainage so they can release retainage to their subs from the work that is completed and has been done for quite a while. They're asking for $595,647.51. We will continue to hold $1,069,388 until some of the other things reach 100%. So I would recommend that we go ahead and release that 595.
Is that still the same app number?
Yeah, it's the partial release of retainage under pay up 19.
Okay. Any questions for Roy? I'd entertain a motion.
$595,647.51.
Yes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And then the last slide is just the pay application summary that I've been providing you as we've gone through this project. Our total expenses through, that should say May 31st, are $21,972,424. And then we'll continue to update it as we go along. So we're almost complete with the funding from bonds and the rest moves into the congressional award.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Roy.
Then we still have about 12 minutes before our public hearing time. Does that give you enough time for a presentation or would you like more? Okay, if you're fine, then Monique, we'll move to Open Heart Advocates Program Update.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Monique Williams and I'm with Open Hearts Advocates. I am the supervisor for domestic violence and sexual assault. We have three legs. We have our crime victims advocates. We also offer support for people who have substance abuse. And we also oversee the M1 holds in the hospital. We also have counselors on staff, 11 total Open Heart Advocates currently. And I wanted to update you today about some of the programs that we are offering for our general community. As you may or may not have known, Love Inc. transitioned this year. And as they transitioned, they chose to share some of their programs with the community partners. We took on two of the programs. One is the PB&J program, which they have done for 20 years, providing support to children who do not have food at home. And this food bag supports them for the entire weekend. The other program that we chose to take on is the back to school event, which supports, well, this year we're counting on 500 students to have backpacks and basic school supplies. We are using some of our grant money to support this, and we have a strong relationship with the community to support all of these financial needs to accommodate these children. So for United Way this year, they chose to give us a grant for the PB&J program, which we managed very well. We spent a total of $5,647 for 5 months of feeding children for the weekend. We served over 1,639 children from January until they ended school in May. So we still have money to go from that grant, and the community has been amazing to bring us donations totaling $3,198. And these are donations from Northwest Colorado Health. These are individual boxes of Pop-Tarts and, ramen, everything we can get donated, we would take. Also, St. Michael's Kitchen donated quite a bit, and Key Club with United Way. So that's where the food is coming from to feed these children. So as the back to school event is approaching next, that's what I wanted to bring to the attention of our community, because you'll start seeing the flyers around town. This is what they look like. And they have a QR code. So if anyone wants to participate or donate or become involved, all they have to do is to log in there, and it will take you to the directions of how you can get involved with these events. And then you'll also see this one, which invites our entire community to come get the supplies they need or to donate the supplies. So we'll have 3 different flyers. One, come get it, please donate, and then if you want to get involved. So I just wanted to let everyone know that the majority of the donations come from churches. So all of the churches will have a donation box, also MRH, Northwest Colorado Health, Walmart, and City Market will all have donation boxes for the kids' items. So that is the majority of what I wanted to share this morning.
What's the date for the event?
The event is very quickly approaching July 29th, because as we know, we have fair and then we're in school. So we didn't want to interrupt with the fair this year. Yes, and it will be at Breeze Street Park. And so far we have 9 other community partners who are registered to come and set up tables and hand out items as well. So everyone's invited. As with all of the programs we do with Open Hearts, we rely on community engagement. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Do you have any questions for me?
Don't. Tony?
No, I don't have a question. You guys are doing a great job. Appreciate all that you guys do for our community.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. I think we're very lucky in Craig to have Open Hearts advocates serving in the ways that we serve. Very lucky to be able to serve here as well. So thank you.
Thank you. That leaves us a little bit of time before our 9 a.m. public hearing, so we'll just take a short recess. show regarding today's posted public hearing for Yampa Valley Wind LLC conditional use permit C 2302 and 2303. The purpose of this project is to install two wind measuring towers, both on separate parcels. Location sections 20 and 21 of Township 9 North and Range 92 West, Section 8 of Township 9 North, Range 91 West. Approved at the June 6th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting with no stipulations, and the MAC exemption E 2302. The property owner wants to exempt 1.402 acres from the 92.5 original acres. The existing residence that has sold will be on the exempted acreage. There have been no previous exemptions on this parcel. Location is Section 1, Township 6 North, Range 91 West. Access is south on County Road 107, right onto County Road 139, and right onto West Mesa Avenue. The property is on the left west before the railroad tracks. This was approved at the June 6th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting with no stipulations. These agenda items were advertised in the paper on May 26th, 2023. Once the public hearing has been declared, I will ask Candace Miller, Planning and Zoning Coordinator, to present to the BOCC the request as submitted. Once the presentation is complete, the commissioners may ask questions or make comments. I will then ask the audience if there's anyone who wants to testify either for or against. Any citizen of Moffat County may testify once the public hearing has been declared and all information has been presented. For those who want to testify, you will be asked to approach the commissioners, state your name for the record, and be given 3 minutes to present your testimony either for or against. Erin Miller will be the timekeeper today. She will notify the BOCC and the speaker that 20 seconds remain before your time is up. No decisions will be made during the public hearing. This is an opportunity for any of you to provide testimony in favor or in opposition of the proposed request. The commissioners have the option of asking questions or answering questions related to the topic during the hearing process. Once the testimony has been heard, the public hearing will be declared closed and we will go back to regular session. I'll then refer back to the board for discussion and decision on said proposal. I now declare this public hearing open. Candace, join us.
Good morning.
Morning.
So first we have Yampa Valley Wind LLC, application C 2302 and C 2303. Both applications are for a conditional use permit for a Met Tower. Both are on parcels of land owned by the same property owner. You have maps attached to show where those are, and the gentlemen from Yampa Valley Wind LLC are here should you have any questions about the Met Towers, the project, length of the project, or future of the project.
Any questions? Okay. Did you gentlemen want to add anything to the presentation or?
I'm happy to answer any questions that you like.
Okay. So then I would ask the audience if there's anyone who wants to testify either for or against. And I will ask again if there's anyone in the audience who would like to testify for or against. Hearing none, we'll move on to the MAC exemption.
Okay. And thank you for that great start. You kind of covered everything in your intro for these things. So it makes it kind of
Goodness.
add to that.
Can we do both come out or do we need to do them one at a time?
Say the first one.
Okay. Okay, so with no public comment and no questions from the commissioners, I will declare this public hearing closed and refer back to my fellow commissioner.
Make a motion to approve the Yampa Valley Wind conditional use permit C 23-02, 23-03.
Second, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. All right, I will now declare this public hearing open for MAC exemption 23E 2302 and refer again to Candace Miller.
Okay. So this exemption is the first exemption on this property. There is a home that is for sale, that is sold. And the exemption is the immediate surrounding 1.402 acres around that property. There was a conversation had with the previous planner in regard to how to handle that situation. It is less than the 5-acre minimum on an exemption, but because of an existing parcel on that land that is also well below the 5-acre requirement, it was approved to move forward with this 1.402. That was approved by the planning board on the 6th. And there is access off of First. And I actually did want to notate, so the access that is on here, that is not correct. So this is actually just at the corner of First and Mac.
Wondered about.
Yeah,
that.
as you were reading it, I was like, where did that come from? So that is not correct.
So I apologize for that, and I will strike the location and access information from that. It's possible that that was copied from a previous script. Because they save our lives with these scripts that we don't have to memorize. So that is location right off of First and Mac Lane then?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification. Any
Mhm.
other questions? Okay, I will ask if there is anyone in the audience who wants to testify either for or against this exemption. And I will ask again if there is anyone in the audience who wants to testify either for or against this exemption. Okay, hearing none, I will declare this portion of the hearing closed and refer back to my fellow commissioner.
Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the MAC exemption E23-02.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Okay. And that will do for our meeting today. I will call this adjourned at 9:07. Thank you. Mood music. You're the only one hearing it. I don't know what you're talking about. I should have played that one off a little bit or what? What is it, Donald? What is it?